everyone. Welcome to today's episode of High Performance by the Word. I can bet you've been enjoying the programs we've had with you so far. We're looking at maximum value generation or maximum value creation, because to be relevant in today's world, you've got to generate maximum value. And this program certainly will enable you develop maximum value so that you can be as relevant as you want to be and as relevant as you choose to be. We'll be looking at a very important topic today. It's something that has to do with leading people or leadership, but it's an essential aspect of leadership. It's called coaching, which a lot of leaders miss. And if coaching is absent from your leadership can never be effective. And so we'll be looking at the elements of coaching, the importance of coaching today. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's episode. We'll go right on break right now, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back. With me on set today is Deaconess Hpbtw. She's the present chairperson, referee, Taekwondo Federation, Nigeria. She's also the chief coach, Plateau State Taekwondo Association. She's going to be talking with us today and sharing highlights and some very sweet points on coaching as an essential part of leadership. It is said that in coaching, there's a concept that has been pushed forward in management. It is called the performance potential iceberg. Performance potential iceberg. The concept was taken from the iceberg in cold regions. You know, when you observe an iceberg, it tapers towards the top, and you have bigger boulders at the bottom and underneath the water level. What is said in the performance potential iceberg concept is, when an individual comes into an organization, it comes in with an initial level of skill, knowledge, and attitude, which he probably would have received interacting with others over time. But when he comes into the organization, the skill, knowledge, and attitude he's gotten is further developed through training, interactions within the organization. But it is said that the larger boulders, as it is with an iceberg underneath the water surface, will not come to the fore until leadership exhibits the element of coaching. And so coaching is so very vital, it's a vital and essential element of leadership. If the leader is not a coach, he will not get the best out of his people. He will not achieve the best he's supposed to achieve. And so today, Deaconess Hpbtw will be talking to us about coaching. What really is coaching? What are the elements of coaching? And how do you get the best from your people through coaching? Deaconess, we're talking about coaching today, and we say it's an essential part of leadership. What really is coaching?
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
And thank you for the opportunity to be on set. Pastor, coach or coaching is all about motivating, mentoring, guiding your students. That's a coach. Let me start by saying who a coach is. A coach is a person or an individual who motivates, who mentor, who guides his or her students to improve in a specific area. A coach also develops methods in order to develop a specific skill that is lacking in areas of improvement of his or her athletes. That is who a coach is. So coaching is all about motivating, mentoring, and guiding, because you must guide, you must mentor, you must motivate. That is who a coach is.
Wow. And so we say in leadership or put this way, we say a good leader must also be a good coach.
Yes.
Why is that so necessary in leading?
Because
Yes.
leadership is all about people.
Yes.
You are leading, you are guiding, you are inspiring, you are motivating. And that is how it is also in coaching. It's about people also. You lead, you guide, you motivate. Remember that leadership, a leader is a vision bearer. In sports, a coach is the person entrusted with the responsibility of discovering and pushing the person or the athlete to his or her maximum potential.
Wow.
So a coach will actually, and you know, when an athlete is still coming up, when the athlete is still raw, the basic skills need to be introduced. In introducing the basic skills, you need to guide so that the athlete will not deviate. So you need to guide, you need to monitor for the athlete to actually develop that potentials in order to stand out in his or her chosen field of establishment.
Do you see that? She just told us that when in sports, for example, when the athlete comes in, it comes in raw. And so the coach has to guide, has to be able to bring out those basic skills that is required to excel in that particular sport. And that is what a leader does. A leader takes his person or his people and knowing them individually begins to build up those skills that he, the leader, requires because he's the vision bearer, like Deaconess tells us. That's those skills that the leader requires to achieve the purpose or the goals he wants to attain to. And so he has to take his time to build and to develop to ensure that those raw potentials come to the fore. And there was something you said, Deaconess. You said it is only through coaching that those potentials, those giant potentials, come to the fore.
Yes, Pastor.
Well, talk to us, Deaconess.
You know, a coach is a father.
Wow.
A coach is a mother
Wow.
to his or her athletes.
Yes.
So parenting plays an important role in coaching.
So you can parent someone that you didn't give birth to.
Yes.
And it's very essential in coaching.
Very, very important. So that parental love, that parental guidance, that parental care must definitely be there. Because these are athletes. They are your children also. So you have to embrace them. You have to motivate. You have to guide. And you have to correct also. I said parenting, you have to correct. At times, they might have a mindset of their own. And you being the coach, you know that with this attitude or idea, you will not actually achieve the purpose of what you actually want to achieve from the students. So you have to correct. You have to discipline. Because like my area of specialty, discipline is key. And in sports generally, an athlete that is not disciplined cannot go far. So you have to introduce that parental care and guidance from the scratch. So that is what coaching is all about. Being a technical director, being a manager is not the same as a coach.
Wow. Did you hear that? Being a technical director, being a manager is not the same as a coach. And that's where many leaders miss it. Because they feel that leadership or leading people is probably bullying or forcefully instructing or trying to dominate people. But you just heard it. Being a manager or being a technical instructor is not being a coach. He said in being a coach, there has to be that parental care. And it reminds me of a man of God, Pastor Chris. And that's why I always say on this program, Pastor Chris is one of the greatest coaches in the world today. He enforces discipline, but at the same time, he shows that parental concern to bring out the best in the individual. And that's what coaching is all about. And that's why you must go on the Pastor Chris Digital Library and get materials to build yourself and bring out those potentials for real success. And not just even going on the library alone. From time to time, create time to hear him personally and come visit our programs and our churches sometime. Deaconess, we're still on coaching. Can you probably give us some life examples of certain individuals that had come in with their own mindsets, who they had skill, they had potentials, but if you had not handled them the way you did, coaching, they probably would have turned out to be something else?
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
I'll use my sport as an example because I happen to be the chief coach of my association.
Yes.
I have several athletes, but I have one in particular. She is a lady. She's an outstanding athlete, but she has an attitude problem.
Deaconess, I'm getting so wrapped up in what you're about to say, and I don't want us to miss anything from this. Deaconess is about to tell us some very important things about coaching, real life experience. So right after this break, we'll hear all that Deaconess has to say. Do not turn that dial. Keep watching.
When it comes to the things of God, you do not need assumptions, you need truth. And that's why every week on Wodification, my friends and I will come together to listen to a message from our man of God, Pastor Chris Hpbtw, because it's that truth that gives us clarity.
Why we're here, it's about these three things. We're here because of the man. We're here because of the message. We're here because of the mandate.
Who is the man, Jesus Christ? What is your conviction about his personality and purpose?
Once these three factors are clear to you, you'll be unshakable.
As you listen to this outstanding 3-series DVD, The Man, The Message, and The Mandate, your journey of life will become even more glorious.
What you have to do now is to live for Jesus. You can't live for yourself anymore. If you truly love Jesus, then you must live for him.
This DVD by Pastor Chris is available now. To order, please call the number now showing on your screen. Experience the liquid love of our Lord Jesus Christ flow in and through you. It's also available on the Pastor Chris Digital Library app on the Google Play Store and Apple Store.
Welcome back. I hope you're still on course. Just before we went on the break, Deaconess was sharing some very important things with us about her experience as a coach. And she began talking to us about a particular athlete that came in with some attitude problems. And she's going to tell us what happened afterwards. Deaconess, please continue with your story.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
I said I have an athlete. She's a female. She has an attitude problem. And her attitude, I said earlier that to excel in sports, discipline is key.
Yes.
Discipline is very, very vital. So what she does, she picks when to come for training. She picks the days to come for training. And even when you talk, she's so arrogant about it. And I looked at it. What do I do? I've spoken to her one-on-one. I have quarreled. I have cancelled. I have suspended. There was a time I even said that her salary should not even be paid. But all this, there was no improvement. So what did I do? I now said, okay, let's do it her way. So what I now decide to do, or what I end up doing, anytime she comes for training, once we finish training, because we normally would train 2 hours every day in the morning hours. So once we are done with the normal regular training, I still extend her normal time. So by the time she worked for 6 hours every day, she now started changing. I started seeing some improvements. She doesn't want to be left behind as before, because I make sure that those programs she missed, she will end up doing it. So no room for cheating. So she now understood that it's like this woman is on to me. So I have to do something. So what she now does now, she follows our regular training program. She comes. Any day she will not come, she will inform me. She will tell me that this is the reason. And if I say your reason is not acceptable, I'll still see her. And this girl, she's an exceptional athlete. Wow. Presently, she's ranked #1 in her weight.
Wow.
She's a national athlete. She's an international athlete. So I have to mentor. I have to coach. And that is why she is where she is today.
Wow. Wow. Can you beat that? Is that right now this lady who came in initially with the attitude problem, no discipline, they didn't want to walk, is now #1 in her weight category in Taekwondo. She's a national athlete. Just imagine if she hadn't spent time to coach her. Remember what we said. It's not just about being the technical director. It's not just about being the manager. It's not just about being a leader to enforce things. It's being a coach. And she said initially she said she did all that. She suspended, she queried, she shouted, but she decided to take the path of coaching. And now she developed the greatest potentials in this athlete. And now this athlete is one of the best in her field. Boy, Dickness, that is remarkable. So sometimes someone can get frustrated even in the while you are trying to get somebody coached and so on and so forth. So that means one of the qualities of a leader must be patience. So tell us, why must a leader be patient?
If you are working with athletes, these athletes they are from various backgrounds. Their family upbringing is something you can't really say. And that is why as a coach, you need to know your athletes in total. You need to know where he or she is coming from. That will give you a knowledge or a knowledge base of what to do and how to manage these athletes.
So I'm going to interrupt your thoughts a little bit. You got that again. It says, as a coach, you've got to know your people. And that's why we said one of the qualities of a good leader is to know his people plus knowing the business. You must know your people. You must know the business. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Sam.
Yes.
So in coaching, I said earlier about attitude. You have to be patient. You have to be tolerant. You have to tolerate. Because if you say you send them away,
Yes.
who will do it?
That's the truth.
You are the one to do it. So all you need to do is to work out a plan, a strategy on how to control and manage that areas of inadequacies. So you have to be patient. You don't get angry. You have to tolerate their behavior. At the same time, develop a management strategy that you're able to help manage, that will help the athlete to overcome that inadequacies. That is very, very vital.
And for the coach, wow. It's now I'm beginning to understand and to see why a good leader makes things happen. Because now, from what we are talking about, this vital ingredient of coaching, once it's lacking, you might not necessarily get the best out of your people.
Yes.
And that simply means if you don't get the best out of your people, you will never get things done.
And that is why everybody cannot be a coach.
Yes.
We have managers, we have team managers, we have trained, but a coach is, in fact, coaching is one of the most challenging parts of sports, because you need to be patient, you need to be full of love. You have to love these children, these athletes, as your own. You have to correct, you have to discipline, you have to monitor, you have to guide, you have to inspire, you have to motivate.
You have to guide, you have to inspire, you have to motivate, you have to discipline. Can you tell us some more about discipline? How, because these are qualities that you must instill if the coaching work must come out good. Is that not right? That means motivation is part of coaching.
Yes.
Inspiration is part of coaching.
Yes.
Guiding is part of coaching.
Yes.
Discipline
Yes.
is part of coaching.
Yes.
Can you throw some more light on discipline?
Pastor, discipline is very, very essential in coaching, because it takes discipline to make you do what you need to. It takes discipline to make an athlete come out for training. It takes discipline to actually motivate you to endure your training section. It takes discipline, because when an athlete is not disciplined, Pastor, is a big challenge. There's a limit to the level of the athlete's achievement. The athlete cannot achieve more. And when you get to the level of being a professional or the level of being a star in your field, it's discipline that will make you come back to your training ground, your gym, to train. Because when you get to that level, you need discipline, because you need to train times 2 of your initial discipline, of your initial level, in order to maintain your status quo.
Yes.
So discipline is very, very important.
Wow. You've heard from her. Discipline is very, very, very important. And she's been referring to sports in explaining the importance of coaching. Yes, sports is a very, very good example. It's a very, very good illustration. But coaching is applicable in all fields. A good leader must be a good coach. Without coaching, you cannot lead effectively. You cannot get the best out of your people. You do not get the best out of your people by bullying them, by commanding or trying to intimidate them. No. So much is required. You've got to inspire them. You've got to motivate them. You've got to guide them. At the same time, you've got to discipline them to bring out the best potentials, working potentials out of them. And that's the same thing the man, Reverend Chris, does. And this is how he's inspired, motivated, guided, trained, and disciplined millions all around the world today. And many are producing the best of themselves and still developing. I would like to tell you again, get on the Pastor Chris Digital Library and get a lot of materials there. There's a material I would like to recommend even at this time. It's a material called Attitude. It's a material, after listening to it, it will inspire you for greater heights. Get on the Pastor Chris Digital Library. And remember, like I always say, one of the best mentors and the best coaches in the world today is Reverend Chris Oyakhilome. At this time, I would like to say thank you very much, Deaconess, for joining us on High Performance by the Word and working together with the rest of us to impact the viewers out there. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Pastor Sir.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. You've got to learn so much on leadership and coaching. And I know you are building up every day, becoming that man, that woman, that young person of value. You're becoming more relevant in your world, because relevance is all about value generation. And this is what we're giving to you on High Performance by the Word. See you again next time. God bless you. Welcome to the Performance Corner. You know, with the Performance Corner, we give you a word to take home, a word from management that helps you build value and create better value. Today's word is coaching. Coaching. Coaching is an essential part of leading. To lead effectively, you've got to be a good coach. What does coaching do? Coaching helps to expand the capabilities, the capacities, and the skills of individuals. And that means if you're leading people and you're not coaching them, you're unable to expand their capabilities. You're unable to expand their capacities. But when coaching is taking place in your leadership, then you get the best out of your people. People hit their peak in their potentials, and they deliver for you what you expect, what you desire, and what you want to see. So coaching has to be an integral and an essential part of leadership. If you are a leader, you must be a coach. If you are a coach, you are a good leader. God bless you.